Okay, so human cooperation transforms cultural transmission. So yes, children are better imitators than apes, and we did a lot of research showing that, and that's what I was trying to show you when the child was copying the exact, using the ball or using the arm or whatever. Yes, they're better imitators, and that's what we focused in the 1990s. We did a lot of studies showing that. But I now think that that's only part of the picture, and in this cultural transmission, even more important is we've got adults who, so it's not just children learn what they can learn by imitating, but adults care that they learn and try to make sure that they learn through teaching. This varies across cultures quite a bit about what things are considered important for teaching, but there's some teaching pretty much everywhere. And children follow the teaching, and they actually conform. And not only that, but it bothers them when somebody else doesn't conform, and they try to get others to conform. And then this even ends up in these agreements on symbolic status, such as these pretend things, which we think is a kind of a forerunner of the cultural world we live in, where we all agree that this is going to be a president, and this is going to be a sacred object, and this is going to be money, and so forth. And the only reason they are these things is because we agree on it. And we have 3-year-olds already participating in that process. So I don't think that humans come up with totally new cognitive processes from other apes. What happens is this putting your heads together transforms basically individual processes into collective, shared kinds of processes. So chimps engage in various group activities, but only children, only humans engage in collaboration of the type that I've defined, with a joint goal that you're committed to, reversing roles, all the stuff that I laid out. And I'm going to call that true collaboration. And chimps are doing something in that direction, but now humans are doing something special. Chimps will follow your gaze direction. If you look in it, if another chimp looks or I look somewhere, the chimp will look in that direction. So they're doing something like that. But humans get this joint attention where we know we're sharing attention to it, and I know you watch me watching you watch it, and so forth, where we really are sharing it. So it's not something totally out of the blue. It's built on gaze following, but it's something new in addition. Chimps mainly communicate, and I'll talk about this on Friday quite a bit. Chimps mainly communicate by trying to get the other one to do what they want them to do. Do this, and pushing them around. And what humans do is they all the time are informing others of things cooperatively. So I just inform you, oh, well, then, you dropped your wallet, or, there's an interesting concert tonight, or whatever. I just inform you of things that I think you'll find interesting, not that I find interesting. Now, we do that all day, every day. We gossip and do whatever we do all day, and we think of that as normal. But in the animal world, that's not so normal. Mostly communication is about individuals trying to strategically get the other one to do what they want them to. Chimps engage in social learning of various kinds, and what I called in the original paper that Angel so kindly referred to, cultural learning, meaning that that includes teaching and that includes conformity to norms, and not just imitating when it looks like it's going to be to your advantage to imitate. Chimps, they disapprove of others doing things. So if you steal my food, then I don't like it and I come after you. Or if you do something I don't like, you're in my spot, or you're in my sleeping spot, or whatever. So there are lots of things that I as a chimp individually don't like, but that's not the same thing as norms. So a norm is not when I don't like it, it's when it's wrong. And wrong isn't my personal opinion. Wrong is something larger than me. It's whatever you want. It's the group, it's God, it's whatever you want. It's wrong is not an individual opinion or approval. So individual disapproval gets socialized, collectivized into group norms. So all of these activities all of these different processes have their seeds, have their roots in the activities of great apes, but they get transformed in this more collaborative cultural way of life, for which humans, I think we can demonstrate, have biological adaptations for. And then their biological adaptations are to participate in culture, but then they have to actually do it. So John and I were talking before the thing. I've been using this for 15 years now. So Judy and people who've heard me give talks before, please excuse me. But the proposal is that a child raised on a desert island with no social cultural interaction at all, that child as an adult would have very similar cognitive skills to other great apes. Why? They're built to collaborate, nobody to collaborate with. They're built to socially learn or imitate, there's nobody to imitate. There's nobody to teach them stuff. There's nobody to communicate with. There's nobody to learn language from. There's nothing. So they have this adaptation ready to go, but they can't apply it because it's not there. So we were using a little aphorism here that fish are born expecting water. All right. I would say that that children are born expecting culture. They're ready to go. They're dressed and ready to go to the party, and now they need the party. But if they're on a desert island and there's no party, then they're not gonna go there. So just think, what would your mathematical skills be like if no one ever taught you any math? You didn't have any Arabic numerals to work with. There were no number words to use as count. What would you invent on your own, wandering around a desert island, picking up coconuts? Well, you'd do what chimps do. You'd know that this was more than this, and you'd have very simple quantitative skills. But I submit that you wouldn't be inventing algebra on your own. So, okay, so it's important that when I say biological adaptation, I don't mean a biological adaptation for an innate behavior pattern or something like that. I mean for engaging in this process that takes all of ontogeny, engaging in the process of actually collaborating with others, communicating with others, and learning from others. And only if you go through that process in your individual ontogeny does your biological makeup actually lead to this end result.